Hey guys, it's Doc, and today I'm going to talk about flowers that just won't grow. Hold on. Hey guys, so I think we all have it. We all have some flowers that we planted. 2 weeks later we go back out and they're not growing. And I'm going to show you what I mean over here. And really, flowers and most plants just require three things. They require water, food, which they get from sunlight, and they require air or oxygen. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to check for that, and then I'm also going to check and show you how to check for either funguses, diseases, or insects. But really what we're going to end up doing is probably having to redig these and replant these. So let me go over and show you real quick. All right, so here's a flower bed that I have in front of my house, and you can see that the mums over here are doing well. All the other flowers are doing well. What is that? A hibiscus over here, everything looks pretty good. But those orange flowers over there, those things just don't look good. That's the same size that they've been for 2 or 3 weeks since I planted them. They haven't grown an inch. Matter of fact, they look worse. So there's something going on with the leaves. There's something going on. Let's check them. Let's figure it out. Now, the only way I'm going to be able to figure this out, my guess is that these flowers are having some kind of root rot or getting too much water. So I'm going to dig one up, and that's the only way we can check it. Okay, so these things are horrible. I planted them 3 weeks ago, and they haven't grown at all. Matter of fact, they look even smaller than when I planted them. My guess is that I know they've gotten water. I know they've gotten sun. They've gotten lots of sun. I've even given them some food. So that eliminates, the only thing I can think of is there's too much water. They're having some kind of root rot. There's some kind of insect or disease. The only way is to go ahead and dig one up. So I'm going to go ahead and dig one up. And that's the only way to tell. So I'm going to go around the known root ball. Let's see. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to feel the bottom of this plant. I can tell you right now that it feels very wet. So that's not a good sign. But yeah, you can see that this bottom of this plant here is very, very wet. It's almost muddy. So again, like in our lawn and garden video, we're in Georgia and we've got hard clay. If you dig too deep of a hole, you're going to have a lot of water go in there, and you're going to have the same thing happen with anything you plant. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to raise these up about 1 or 2 inches off the soil, off that soil plane, and get them up out of there and hopefully get some oxygen to them. And hopefully that should do it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this plant out. It's pretty wet down in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some dry potting soil, put it on top of here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this plant above this level here. Put it back in. Now it's above. And now I'm going to build up back around it some. I'm not going to push it in tight. I'm going to allow it to be soft and allow air to get to it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mulch lightly. I'm going to mulch lightly around it, just to protect it a little bit. And so now what I've done is I've raised this plant up almost 2 or 3 inches away from that sub-water line down here. And hopefully now it'll start to grow better. So I'm going to do a couple more of these. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. This is one of the original ones that I have not replanted. And then I want you to look at the other ones. And I want you to look at how high those are. So look at how high that is. I raised it up almost 3 inches compared to this one right here, which is actually almost recessed into the ground. Did not see any real insects. I have a little bit of insect on here, not much. I didn't see any fungus. You never know, so I will add some antifungal on there. But for the most part, as you can see, I'm raising the others up. This is just too low. So anyways, guys, if you have flowers that you've planted and you're taking care of them and they've been in the ground for 2 or 3 weeks and they're not growing at all, there's a good chance that they're not getting enough oxygen and they're actually getting too much water down on the roots. The roots aren't able to breathe. So if you dig one of those up and the roots are really, really wet and soggy, stop watering it. Replace that with light soil. Don't press it down hard. Keep it light, and raise those plants up 2 or 3 inches very, very lightly. Put a little bit of mulch around them and don't water until they look like they need water. Leave them for a couple weeks. Those roots will go find that water. Anyways, I'm Doc. More tips coming. 2017, 2018, 150 new clips. Thanks.